This week on Benny Sent Ya, I embraced my River Cottage fantasy at the historic Tilba markets. Find out what's the go in Cobargo and make an actual real-life friend. All this and less on everyone's favourite travel beer show, Benny Sent Ya.
Traveling across the lands in my little camper van. Sit down and have a few. I'll tell you what you gotta do. It's in the Benny Sent Ya. It's in the Benny Sent Ya. It's in the Benny Sent Ya. It's in the Benny Sent Ya.
I can't quite say when, but I know I've woken up to worse views than this before. It's day 6 into our 8-day trip, and while it would be very easy to spend a day unwinding around the breathtaking Gulaga Lake, it really won't make much for compelling viewing. Duh. Boring. We are heading into one of my favourite little towns in Australia. We are going to Tilba. It's a place I really like ever since they set the TV show River Cottage Australia there. Met Paul West, met a few people. In fact, probably today we'll see a few people that have been on the show. It's cool, kind of like stepping into a TV show. But it's also like stepping into a very historic town. It's such a culture of makers and growers, and you can get it all at the Tilba markets every Saturday from 8 AM to midday. Everywhere in this town, like, the buildings are so nice and like wood panelled. Even the toilets are adorable. So what did you say was in these ones?
Pistachio, cardamom and lime.
Pistachio, cardamom and lime. Oh my goodness. What have we got down here?
Preserved lemons. So these are from my lemons that I stock in the little tree at the back here.
Oh really? You on Instagram at the moment?
Yeah.
Yeah? Alison, what's your Instagram handle?
Rolling Stars.
Rolling Stars. Alright, cool. We got some parsley, we got some spring onion, we also got some Russian garlic, which I've never seen before, huge stuff. Also got some preserved lemon, also got an apple just to eat. And these were made just this morning, and these are cinnamon rolls, and this is pistachio, cardamom and lime scroll. And it's all going to, you know, to get kids to go to school with Vanuatu, so it's awesome. But that's not a big charity, that's just the woman who made this, that's just what she made them for. Oh my goodness, it's still warm. Oh, that's really yummy. Oh man. It's very relaxing here. And if you're in Tilba during the 97% of the week when the markets are not on, a stop at the Tilba Cheese Factory is an absolute must. Every time I think I'm done buying something here, there's something else to buy. You can get Tilba cheese all around New South Wales. It's blown up huge in recent years, but Mystery Bay kelp, I haven't seen this one. Mystery Bay, just down the road, gorgeous little place. No idea what I'm gonna think of kelp cheese. I'm looking forward to that. For such a small town, there's just so much to discover. There's a lot of people here who are so creative, and a lot of people here who are just so generous and warm. Definitely come to Tilba. Not only looks beautiful, but it tastes delicious. Trying to pack as much as we can into our day, we head 20 minutes south to a town that just over a year ago was the centre of the public eye. So it's all good and well going to a beautiful town like Tilba and doing some things to stimulate the economy. Unfortunately, not all towns in the south coast fared as well during the fire. Some of them were very badly affected by the fire itself in the township. We're going to go to one of those places right now. We're going to a town called Cobargo, a very famous town in January of 2020 when Scott Morrison, the Prime Minister, visited and tried to force people to shake his hand, and he was more or less booed out of the town, really. What about? Due to COVID-19, a lot of us have forgotten about Cobargo. So we're going to go there, see what life is like for this town. It's too...
I'm having a hard time and you're going to have a hard time.
Yeah. Was there any parking through there? Oh well.
Someone's driven out there. It's worth a laugh.
Yeah.
Okay, well, thank you.
Thank you.
Too. Driving into Cobargo, I don't know what to expect. Thankfully, I'm pleasantly surprised. Not only are the businesses open and full of characters, but there's a bit of a vibe going round town.
Great.
Oh, are you?
Great.
What's your Insta handle? Shout it out. Cobargo General Store. Cobargo General Store. Follow. I don't have a huge audience. Nice little yarn in there. This was the town marriage equality plebiscite when Australia Post told the couple running the post office to take the pride flag down. Everyone came in support and absolutely rainbow in this place. So that's amazing. That's just, such a community spirit. I'm definitely going into this bookshop.
We provide the community with a car, so we pay all the outgoings on the car. Anyone in the community can hire a car for $10 a day.
Oh, that's $10 a day. Do they have to return it with a full tank of petrol, I should hope? Yeah, that's good.
And our gorgeous is a mechanic.
Yeah.
He does all the work for free. So we pay the
Oh,
outgoings.
what a legend. You might have to bleep his name. We'll have too many people going to him for mates rates after that. I gotta say, I actually didn't expect Cobargo to be doing this well. Obviously, I'm not disappointed. That would make me a pretty massive sadist. And the people here are so lovely, and it's a really colourful community. And what are you famous for here?
Many things.
Oh yeah?
Our chicken congee is on a Saturday dish. Serving with poached egg as well. Sounds very...
I think we should get a congee for sure.
Yeah.
And the cheese scone, absolutely. That's a nice crispy scone.
Oh, there we go. Top line about it. Crispy. Shallot on top.
How yummy! Oh, that's really good. This is just a lovely spot on a beautiful day in Australia's friendliest town. Unless you're the Prime Minister, this is the friendliest town.
Not welcome, you fuckwit!
All day, the locals have asked us if we are going to the Cobargo Showground, where the local Rotary clubs are giving out free seedlings to help locals rebuild. Initially, we just went to check it out, but the locals insisted that we take as much as possible for a friend we're visiting later that day. So you've got to think about what he might have, what he might not have.
What would a kombucha brewer want?
Great question.
What is it? Okay. You gonna get that one?
You want up some lemongrass?
What about?
Oh yeah. Thank you.
I knew that'd go.
Also couldn't resist getting him a little Italian tomato plant. We asked if there was anywhere we could make a donation. They wouldn't accept our money. It's incredibly generous. The people here are so lovely. I've never seen such a strong community spirit in all my life. They made us take another whole tray. When I say made us, we walked out with the little box and they were like, what? That's not enough. Gotta take more. And they made us take more. They didn't even care we were from, Sydney. All this stuff was donated by the local Rotaries. That's just amazing work. Everyone just went in there for free, loaded up big trays full to get growing again. What a buzz. Generally, people say, when they say, well, it couldn't happen to a nicer guy, they're being sarcastic. But when I think about what Cobargo went through with the fires, I wonder, could it have happened to a nicer town? Because the people here are so lovely, I'm not sure it could have. Cobargo is only half an hour from the seaside town of Bermagui, which is where we stop for some sausages, shopping.
Looks really good.
I'm gonna get this one.
On here.
And something else to eat because we're on holiday, bloody hell. Underneath a glorious palm tree with a beautiful view. Nice place to enjoy a couple of tacos. They're completely vegetarian, this is tofu. It's really fresh. We didn't have to wait long for it at all. They told us it'd be 15 minutes, it was not 15 minutes. Now I'm probably just gonna chill out for a bit in this spot, just kind of relax a bit. Bermagui is our third stop of the day. After this, you know, with the warm day it is, I'm definitely hoping to drink some beer, and I know someone who should be able to sort us out. Heading back inland to the town of Brogo, tucked away inside the thick green bushland is Faraway Farm, an organic farm with a love for everything fermented. Hey, good, how are you? Good. Thank you for having us, Chris. No worries, mate. This is Chris from Faraway Farm. Yeah, you're going to take us through your kombucha and your beers.
I'll show you some of the things we can do.
This is a really gorgeous garden, by the way.
It is. The native warrigal greens, pretty much just as a ground cover. It's great as a spinach too, so it's all edible. Most of what we're growing here is edible, you know, whether it's fruit trees, ground covers.
Chris is 50% of the Faraway Farm Board of Directors and takes great pride in showing us all the amazing seasonal produce he grows for his award-winning kombucha, with fruits I didn't even know existed. Well, you're good, you're very natural. It's like you have inner city hipsters showing up at your place asking about your garden all the time.
Maybe it's being a barista and just big ass mulberry tree.
Oh wow. Can we eat the fruit that's on it right now, or are you saving it?
Coming towards the end.
Oh, that's a good mulberry.
Just, I reckon, in another week, we'll probably do another pick in the next couple of days and make one last batch of something out of it. Have you ever had white mulberries?
What? I did not know that was a thing.
They're green when they're fresh.
Oh, right. Oh, wow. So I think I've seen these before, but I didn't know this was fruit.
Different flavour. Not as full and sweet, but really flavoursome.
It's like lemonade. I like that.
So this here is our commercial fridge slash storage area ready for the markets.
Yeah.
We keep the kombucha kegs down there, we keep the beer kegs down there, the jars of sauerkraut that are made, ingredients to make sauerkraut and make preserves, fermented fennel and all sorts of things.
And how much of what goes into this fridge have you grown yourself?
We either try to grow it ourselves if we can, or anything we do with mint or basil is usually we try and grow it ourselves, or we source it from friends.
So a lot of your kombucha is seasonal.
Yeah, very much. Even we put on the label, and what we say to our suppliers, well, we're not here to guarantee you a flavour. We'll supply you with a crate, and next week it might be different. Next order it might be different. That's what we're trying to do.
Oh, that's awesome. I really love to hear that it's, you know, seasonal, that it's like, you know, the kombucha that you can get today, you might not be able to get tomorrow, but it's how, you know, you're getting like the freshest stuff that's, you know, made locally. What have you got growing here now that's gonna go in a bottle eventually?
At the moment, with the orchard's up there, it's a bit of a mess. We had some wind issues and I couldn't knock some of the walls over, so I've got to repair some of the holes in there.
Because I don't mind, I might just pinch another mulberry as I'm going past. Did you want one, Kate?
No, I'm fine, thank you.
Oh.
These are our muscovy ducks.
It's cool, so they're hard at work right now.
Yeah, they go through the lemon tree, fig tree. There's lots of figs just coming along. They're probably about 2 or 3 weeks off, I'd say. We like to dry those as well. They're great for flavouring, but also just great for fruit platters and when people come around. Most of these trees are here when we moved here about 9 years ago. Some strange reason they had 3 grapefruit trees. I don't know who needs 3 grapefruit trees. So we pulled 2 of them out and we put in some other things. Like this plum here we put in ourselves. Yeah. From a grafted tree yay high. Probably about 5 or 6 years ago.
Yeah.
But this is a Nashi pear tree.
Yeah.
This we think is a nectarine, but even the original owners can't remember if it exactly is. It's kind of a cross between a peach and an apricot at times. Sometimes it's very apricot. Each season it's sort of a bit different flavour.
Right, so this is mystery fruit, really?
It's just a beautiful stone fruit.
And has this been turned into kombucha before?
Not this one, but we do have an apricot tree up there, and we've got 2 peach trees here, which we've done an apricot and peach kombucha, which was sensational.
Yeah.
Lots and lots of peaches on here, ready to just start to get a bit bigger. So
yeah.
These are our 2 biggest crops every year.
I can't believe how many peaches.
It's
Oh,
crazy,
man.
and it gets to the point where it gets so heavy, it starts to droop and it's going to start snapping branches. So we literally have to sacrifice some fruit so we don't lose the branch.
Oh, for the How far off are these?
I'd say by the look of that, they're probably about a month off. I'd say.
Okay, I'll see you in a month.
Yeah. This is like looks about like a pink lady or a Fuji type, that sort of slightly orangey red colour.
Mm-hmm.
This one's a Granny Smith.
So this will be an apple.
They will be out. They're tiny apples now.
Wow. I like how, like, obviously they get a lot bigger, but their little bit stays the same size.
Yeah. That's a mandarin tree with a...
This is where the mandarin begins.
That's an orange tree. This is a pear. This is our apricot tree.
Chris's wife Nikki is the other half of Faraway Farm, who lovingly labels each bottle of their kombucha to reflect the seasonal ingredients inside. I love this is like how made with love they are. That Nikki spends in her evenings writing on the individual labels. So we've got cucumber and mint here.
So the next batch is a cucumber and mint and strawberry basil.
You got to tick the boxes. Yes, that's special. Every single bottle.
Probably by the end of it, it's probably like, oh, I'm so overriding. But it's a good
I just get the writer's cramp.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
It adds that personal touch to every single bottle.
Not only do these two brew their own beer, they grow their own hops especially.
Actually, there's another runner. Train him up. So this one is Super Alpha, which is it's like a Cascade style hop.
Right.
And that one's the Dr. Rudy, I think.
All in this gorgeous scenery, which Chris unfortunately informs me isn't always easy to live in.
We were watching the fire, and from here, we could see the orange glow behind it. That's where the badger fire was. We kept coming out, we were packing up ready to go the next morning. Yeah. And we just kept sort of coming out, and we'd look under and go, it's getting a bit more orange, and then at about 11 o'clock, we started seeing actual flame over the top, and then we were watching it literally spot. It went right the way along this ridge line, behind all these bushes here, right the way across to Mumble Mountain, and within 2.5 hours, it had gone from behind those mountains and was spotting there as we drove out at 2 o'clock in the morning. It wouldn't be more than 1.5 kilometres away, and that was all eventually burned, and then it went that way.
As someone hosting my first travel show, I don't really know what to say to Chris. Luckily, before I have a chance to say something profound, out comes the cheese, kombucha, and Chris's homebrew.
I really like a brut style beer. More dry, it's more simple, and that, for me, that makes the hops profiles come out a lot more.
Well, that's it. Hey, cheers. Oh, Chris, that's really good, mate. That's nice.
You can sort of see it's not that kind of malty, real beery flavour. Very dry, which is a very popular thing.
It's almost a bit cidery, kind of, which I like. Nice beer, like one of the nice beers I had on this trip.
2019 beer show. I've only been brewing for 12 months, and I just put a couple of brews in. I got the champion ribbon on one of them. That was on a pale ale. I got the first place on the dark beer one. Wow. I think I got second on another pale ale. So I took out the first and second places in that one.
After you've been brewing for 12 months.
Yeah.
That's just showing off. That's just something else. This is an amazing spread, by the way, Nikki. Thank you so much. I don't know what I did to deserve this.
There's some friends of ours who live out near Candelo who make their own cheeses and the crackers I made myself.
You made the crackers?
I did.
Oh my goodness. Should we try some kombucha as well?
Yeah. So, you want the kombucha or the shrub first?
Ooh, what do you recommend?
Try the kombucha first.
Yeah? One thing I do is I sometimes do a silly cheers. In fact, I always do a silly cheers. You put your pinky out, you put your shoulders up, and you're like, yeah. That's the silly cheers. Yeah.
I'm into silly.
Wow. Oh my goodness. Wow. I feel like my mouth is enlightened now, having drunk that. I've had beer in some beautiful places, but Faraway Farm might just win by a wedge. Next time on the season finale of Benny Sencha, I eat a beer ice cream. I should have known sooner or later that I would have encountered a beery ice cream. Visit a pub that swapped pokies for brewing. Really nice lager. That's just a lager for good times on a hot day. And fear for my life.
Jesus Christ, no, we gotta go.
It's all next week on the season finale of Benny Sencha.